Hello and welcome. And today we're going to talk about some stuff around the channel. Let's have a little chat. Let's talk. How is everyone doing? I've been asking questions on my community tab over the last week, and I figured I'd go over the results, and we're going to touch on a little known problem going on right now with YouTube. First thing first, there is a Reddit post. I will link this down below. Go take a look at it. It needs to be upvoted. I've also got a Twitter post going. YouTube has responded to me. There is a monetization glitch or a bug right now in the system. It's turned off all control of monetization for all of my videos right now. I have no control over it. It still says I'm monetized. I can still get super chats, still get super stickers, tips. If you guys want to help me out down below, there is those options still. But for some reason, this glitch is widespread. It's on for some people, it's off for other people. It's something that's going through the YouTube system right now. So hopefully they get it fixed very soon. But let's talk about the rest of what's going on. So the main purpose of this video, I've been asking a bunch of yes or no or plain and simple questions on my community tab, trying to utilize this to connect with everyone out there. And thank you to everyone that responds to them. It means a lot to me. It gives me something that I get to read and know how you guys are doing. So 9 days ago, I put up the dead through pool 3 theory, use that, and then I was like, you know what, let's start using the community tab a little bit more. Let's start asking some questions. So first thing first, when I post a video into the community tab, it gets nothing. No reaction to anyone wanting to do a thing with the community tab. It gets scrolled by and everyone just moves on. So I was like, let's start asking some questions. I want to see who is paying attention. So I asked, hello. I just said hello. I got a couple responses there. So thank you, those that said, Drewby and Jonathan Taylor. Thank you for responding to that straight through. Muchly appreciated. Now, the next day, I asked, how are you today? 28 of you actually responded to this, so I am pleasantly surprised that I'm actually knowing now that my community tab is being seen by you guys. I was at the point where if I'm posting something there, no one paid any attention to it. There was no interaction to it. There's nothing. And as a content creator that's trying to reach his audience, this is disheartening when I don't see anyone responding. I'm like, okay, so are people seeing it? We don't get analytics on the community tab, and it's one of the reasons why I've never really used it, because I never see if people see it. And I know with the community tab, if you're on mobile, generally you don't see the community tab. It's only if you're on like a desktop or a laptop or something that actually shows the tab. So I know the way the system kind of works with the apps, it just doesn't, it's not friendly to the community tab at all. So 79% of you saying you're good, 21% of you having a bad day. What can I do to help your bad day? I am sorry that you are feeling down and out. I'm hoping a lot of what I can do here is funny and enjoyable. It's something that's entertaining. I know I've been working on these shorts lately. If you haven't checked out my shorts for Magic the Gathering, some of them are rage-inducing, but some of them are just plain hilarious. And that is why I've been doing that. And there's been a giant response from all of you guys on that. And I thank you all for paying attention. Is coffee the means to happiness? Was 7 days ago. 37% of you are very, very passionate about your coffee intake. And you know what? It muchly appreciated. I don't live a day without my coffee right now. It's something that without it, I wouldn't be as cheerful and happy as I can be. Some days you just get down and out and you need that pick me up from coffee. And 54% of you saying, yes, it is the means to happiness, with 46 of you saying no. This poll for the longest time was over the no. A lot of you in the early stage of this poll were saying, no, no, no. This isn't how you get happy. This isn't the means to happiness. So for those that said no, what makes you more happy? I know coffee's not the major thing, but what really does make you happy? And then I put up 5 days ago there my joke video on Can I Have a Dollar? This is um my most viewed short now. It was an absolute thrill to shoot that. Burning this fake counterfeit mocks was absolutely hilarious to me, and the reaction that I've gotten on that, it's still downvoted to oblivion, but within reason. I completely expected it to be downvoted. I completely expected the video to not really perform the way it did. It's got over 5,000 views on it as a short, and I find it to this time, I'm still laughing my butt off at that video because it was absolutely a riot to shoot. And I knew a lot of people would just not like it. And I'm not surprised here at the Can I Have a Dollar 22% saying yes. So the 22% of the 18 votes, you got to remember to pay up, right? That's part of this. You accepted the terms of the agreement. Don't make me change it any further.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
78% of you saying no. I respect that. It's muchly appreciated for, once again, to even respond to that. Now, I asked also, can you take the curl out of a foil? And this was response to another short I did where I was using a iron with a card. It was one of these proxies, but I bent it really well and put it on the iron, and it went flat as a board, and I was completely surprised by that. But at the same time, I did try this with the foil, and for the purpose of doing it to see if I would even get a reaction. I may still look to upload that one, but the foil completely was ruined. There was nothing left to it. It was just a foil land. I was just testing to see what it would actually do. So my general surprise, I expected the card to bubble up, and it didn't do it. So to my general surprise, the card went flat as a board. I was like, that's not what I expected. But it wasn't a foil. It was also different paper. It's the counterfeit cards. So I wasn't quite sure where that was going to go. And some people are saying, yes, you can take the curl out of the foil. And a bunch are saying no. Legit, I have legit become uncurled, having to do with humidity and desiccant packs, storing them in correct containers. There is people that will take a humidor kit, which usually used for cigars, to keep them from drying out, and put them in that. And it's absolutely... this was to highlight the stuff that we see with the way Magic cards are. They have this inherent problem of curling. I have 7th edition foils that have curl. There's nothing left. Like there's no value in these cards to begin with, but they're 7th edition and they have curled worse than anything I have ever seen. I'm also in Alberta. We're in one of the driest climates when it comes to winter, so it gets very dry and nothing stays moist. Nothing keeps that moist. So cards here where I am, they curl almost instantly. There's been packs that I've opened, and coming out of the pack, they have the kickboard or the kickflip style curve out of them. So if you guys ever hear me reference I can use a skateboard to kickflip off a foil, that's exactly what I'm meaning, because the foils are just horrendously used, and it just seems to be some sort of moisture issue with the cards. It's also why when the secret layers that I did receive, why I put them in a snap case, a case that is screwed shut, because that way they're going to stay completely flat. It's really strange that we have to go to this length to keep these cards flat. When Commander Legends came out, if I would go into a store and see the cabinet, they were all curling off the shelves, I cringed. I completely was like, that looks absolutely horrible. I would not, as a store owner, want to display cards like that. I would run away from them immediately. I would say, no, I'm not taking foils of this product because they're obviously defective. And this has been a long-going issue with Magic the Gathering cards. And the fact that they sit there and they curl and they don't they don't address the issue is frustrating for a lot of people, and we're seeing this continue. And hopefully one day they can resolve it. Maybe Disney's new Larcana will actually resolve the foiling issue in the long run. All foils curve to some extent, but the extent that we see Magic the Gathering cards is absolutely absurd, and it's something that needs to be really addressed. So thank you once again to everyone that went there. Would you like to buy a proxy Black Lotus slightly covered in plastic for $1,000? 40% of you out of the 10 votes said yes. So that's 4 of you guys. So I've only got 1. So I guess it goes to the highest bidder. So we're starting the bidding at 1,000. Let me know down below how much you're going to pay for it, and I will sign it and send it to you if you legitimately want to spend $1,000 on this thing. But you guys got to bid down in the comments below. You got to bid. It's not going anywhere until you guys are bidding on it. And honestly, I'll let it go to the highest bidder, but it starts at $1,000. And 60% of you're legitimately going to buy the new 30th edition product. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you? Anyone that's supporting this $1,000 60 card proxy, you have too much money to spend, and I think you need to help me out. I'm a father raising a family of 3 right now, and I am currently waiting to go back to work. And I got to tell you, if you guys want, just help out a little. Just help out a little. Come on, just help out a little bit. Do you have a Sharpie, a basic Magic the Gathering land, and want for a card you cannot afford? This, once again, a knock at what's going on there. And, I took and wrote Black Lotus on a swamp foil because it's a swamp. It's a black aligned card. I was like, I gotta put this as a Black Lotus. And you know what? I cracked a pack of lands from a kit just to get these lands out so I can do this stuff to them. It's something else. 44% of you said yes. 56 of you said you don't have a Sharpie. You don't have a Sharpie. Go to your dollar store. Get a Sharpie. It doesn't even have to be a Sharpie. Just make it sparkly. Do something. Just insert some sort of card into your decks. Is $1,000 MTG 30th edition affordable? 3% of you said yes. That 3%, congratulations, you are the breadwinners. I deeply am very jealous that you could afford this product, because I definitely cannot afford this product. From the Vault series, I've always had a problem with, because it had an MSRP of like $30, but I could never afford the LGS product of $250 plus for it, let alone $1,000 for this absolutely absurd $1,000 marketing gimmick out of Wizards of the Coast. Is this the moon yet? I don't know. Is it going to sell out? We're going to have to wait to see, but I believe that their servers are probably going to crash before this thing sells out. And then, are you going to buy the dip in Magic the Gathering? 13% said yes, 87% of you said no. And what I mean by this is there is a series of people that are throwing away their cards. The collector's editions from 93 or however old it was, they're trying to sell them off, and it locked down a lot of buy lists for these major companies with TCG Player, Card Kingdom. All of them. They said, nope, we got to stop this. We're locking this down because it's creating a mass sell-off. We saw the same sort of sell-off when MTGO when things changed with MTGO. They lost 30% of their market space in MTGO due to a decision Wizards of the Coast did back a long time ago. So we saw the same sort of marketplace, and MTGO was one of those places where it was a much easier situation. But we also did see this recently, I believe, where once again it created this downward tick, and flood into the market of these cards and bot selling for MTG online. So we did see this sort of situation, and this is part of the reason why I'm saying, are you going to buy the dip? Everything's on a downward trend for Magic the Gathering. Do I think it's going to return? Most Magic the Gathering products do return to market value, to share value, within 3 to 5 years of its dip. So it's something, if you have money to invest in it. I have no money to invest in this. I have to try and survive. If I had the money to invest in Magic the Gathering, the one thing I would be buying right now, I would be buying up like mad if I had the money to do it, is Earthbind. Any copy of Earthbind is going to go through the roof, mainly because they have removed it from the new 30th edition, and this is a signal forward saying they will never print that artwork on anything ever again. The other cards, like the anti cards, it makes sense why they're not there. Earthbind Weakness is another one you could look at, but it's not highly sought after, where Earthbind will be sought after, because the artwork for Earthbind is a very good piece of art. It's just the what it depicts is where Wizards of the Coast said we're no longer printing something like that. So it creates a pseudo super reserve list item at that point. So it's only a common. I would go out there and buy as many copies of Earthbind as possible. And then the last one that I have here, which I put out just an hour ago from recording this, is about the YouTube monetization issue that's going on. I believe it will be fixed. It's just going to take some time. There are people saying if you turn off super chats and turn on super chats, apparently it fixes it. I've already tried this. It does not work for me. And we will have to wait to see where this goes. Hey, anyway, guys, I just wanted to make this video to follow up with the questions I've been asking, and thank all of you for watching the videos as of recently. Muchly appreciated. I am glad things are starting to kind of move along, and seeing everyone's reaction to a lot of what we're doing here is absolutely heartwarming. And thank you to everyone out there that watches the content from the bottom of my heart, very much so. Anyway, guys, have yourselves a great day. This is your proud Canadian Phoenix, Cindershadow, signing off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe.